Good Monday morning, everyone. KJ here, waking up to some coffee here in Tennessee. Uh, just rolled out of bed just a little bit ago here, and I'm glad you're here with me for coffee, y'all. How's everybody doing? Hello, just me. Hello, Fancy Nancy, Canyon Jam. Oh, yeah, yeah. What are we talking about here? I'm watching this hawk that eats our birds in mid-flight. He also had a snake in his mouth once. Well, that's a sight to be seen, huh? That's pretty neat. Hello, Madonna. How are you? Hello, Stephanie Willow, Chris Arnett, Artie and AC. Hello. Teresa Moore. Good morning. Is it day or evening for some of y'all? Hello, Elba. Hi, Michelle Flanagan. How are you? Hello, Peg. I hope you're having a good morning or day or evening. Well, why don't we start off by asking the obvious question? How do y'all think the hooker spent her weekend? Locked down 23 hours a day. You think she's had time to stew a little bit? Hi, Jill Schneider. Hi, Chip. Hi, Janelle Murphy. Just Me says that Lori's pouting, y'all. Jill says filing appeals and motions, of course. Which, by the way, Jill, it's interesting that you would say that because I was looking at East Idaho News there, Nate Eaton, and Craig Durham, Daybell's appellate attorney, has filed an opening brief on May the 30th, which was about a week ago. He argues 5 specific things. We won't go into that because the bottom line is none of it's going to fly. But I got to looking at his whole brief. And, leave it to an appellate attorney for that hooker to try to sanitize the record of the case in Idaho. Now, that's in our rearview mirror, right? The case there, she is a serial killer. No two ways about it. But I got to looking at it, and the way that these appellate attorneys, it's like they don't want to give all the details, right? The things that you and I sanitize the diabolical nature of their clients. Of course they are. They're not going to tell the truth about how evil Lori is. This attorney's not going to do that. He's trying to get her an appeal. Janelle Murphy says the judge needs to feel Lori's wrath by her filing appeals and motions. That's the only way she can do it. But I'm talking about, y'all, I'm talking about Lori's appeal that you can look at. It's 62 pages. It's just been filed. Nate Eaton reported on it. You can read the whole appeal. And when I got to looking at the background section, let me just give you an example here. In 2018, Lori Vallow lived in Arizona and was married to Charles Vallow. Lori and Charles had adopted Charles's grandnephew, Joshua Jackson JJ. JJ was born prematurely and autistic. He was smart and loving, but he was also a typical 7-year-old autistic kid. Now, does somebody want to tell me what a typical 7-year-old autistic kid is? Because I don't know about y'all. That thing. But all these autistic children are different, and they're special in their own way. But let's see what this appellate attorney wants to talk about typical 7-year-old autistic kid. Meaning that he followed a strict routine, had some trouble in social situations, and could get upset at small things. He was not fully potty trained at night, and he attended a private school that had services for autistic kids. Now, why include that? Does it make a damn bit of difference? I mean, what? These appellate judges are going to read this, and they're going to get the lowdown on how J.J. Vallow was. What difference does it make? If J.J. was one way or the other, he was a special, loved little boy who, by the way, seemed to be better at things when he was around people that actually loved him than when he was with the hooker. Just Me says, how dare they even try to dehumanize him? Oh, they want him, they want it out. They want the appellate judges to see that JJ had all these issues. Well, I'm looking at you right now. I know I've got a family member who's got a son who is autistic. So I know what it's like to have autism in my family. And what difference does it make what spectrum they're on? What does it matter? He was freaking murdered. Because Chad and Lori Bell share the same last name, the appellant lawyer here, will refer to them by their first names when necessary to avoid confusion. Well, how about this? Try this on for size. They need to stop anyone, all these people on social media, all these news headlines, they need to stop using the word Vallow in their freaking reporting of this damn hussy. She is not a Vallow. She is a Daybell. She is exactly who she is. She's married to that damn asshole. Okay? She is Daybell through and through. She did not deserve to be a Vallow. So let's get to this appellate attorney's view here. He's wanting the appellate judges there in Idaho to size up JJ first of all. Now they're going. This guy's going to go into Tylee. Lori's daughter from her previous marriage, 16-year-old Tylee, also lived in the home. Tylee was smart and a vivacious kid, but she could be a moody teenager. Tylee struggled with depression, anxiety, and panic attacks, and she had frequent and painful bouts of pancreatitis throughout her childhood. What damn difference does that make? What does that have anything to do on this damn hooker getting an appeal? Now, here we go. All right, here we go. He's already talked his shit, this butt stuff about these two murder victim children. Let's go into this. Maybe you'll take a sip of coffee on this. Lori's faith was a central component of her life. And she was a devout member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In October of 2018, Lori met Melanie Gibb at a church event and they became friends. They talked on the phone and texted each other often. Another member of their circle was Zulema Pastanez. Melanie and Zulema had been routinely attending Preparing a People conferences. Preparing a People was a group of us or association that sponsored periodic conferences and events with speakers who would teach attendees, quote, how to be better prepared for anything that might happen, like a disaster, but as well as preparing them for the second coming of Jesus Christ. Did any of these conferences teach any of them how to murder zombies or anything like that? Melanie and Zulema shared these interests in common with Lori, along with other individuals in their circle of friends. Oh, their circle of friends, y'all. Why can't this appellate attorney just call it for what it is? It was a freaking cult. And all these crazy ass people coming up in there wanting to be better than they really are. They want to focus on themselves instead of God. In late October of 2018, Melanie, Zulema, and Lori and 2 other women drove to St. George, Utah to attend a conference. Chad Daybell was from Rexburg, Idaho, and was a frequent speaker at these conferences where he would sell his novels about end times preparation, near-death experiences, and other spiritual matters. Chad had attended the October 2018 conference in St. George. Well, I think this appellate attorney needs to bring out a little truth in the matter. Instead of trying to sanitize everything, this damn asshole was there to pull these vulnerable, weak-minded people off to the side, tell them I've been married to you in a different life, or I can see beyond the veil and all this bullshit. Lori had not met Chad before, but she had read a few of his books. Lori spent much of the weekend at Chad's table. Melanie claimed that Chad told Lori that they had been married in an earlier time period. Well, why doesn't this attorney put in there that was in their text messages too, this bullshit about James and Elena, Raphael and Lily and all that stupid shit? Oh, it's all on Melanie Gibb, huh? Melanie Gibb's the one that said that Chad told Lori they had been married in a different life. Give me a break, y'all. As part of their religious beliefs, Chad, Lori, and others believed that people had lived multiple prior lives or probations. Chad had, how can you say that what their beliefs are and all of this has nothing to do with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints when just a few paragraphs before, Lori's a devout member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Now, try to square that. Somebody tell me. Chad had also had a near-death experience from which he gained spiritual insight, as had Lori. What kind of spiritual experience had Lori had? Did anybody hear any of that other than her stupid talk there at Melanie Gibb's in-home meeting? I was the warrior beyond the millennia and all this stupid stuff. The only time she brings up a near-death experience is after her ass is busted and convicted on murdering her children. I saw things while I was in the hospital. I died giving birth to Tylee, and never once had she shared that with anyone. I noticed Melanie Gibb was used as a scapegoat in Chad's trial, says Janelle Murphy. Candy Jam says, can you imagine if some dip crap came up to you and started spewing this line to you? Well, it's obvious that it goes on all the time, from my understanding. It's been going on for long, long periods of time. And by the way, y'all, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but here lately, and it's caught my attention, that now they've got attorneys coming on and doing these commercials about sexual abuse in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That is the commercial. Have you been sexually abused in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? We're here to help you. Y'all, it's been coming on the commercials. Yes, Jody Marie. I mean, when you're an attorney calling out the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints looking for clients of sexual abuse, you know it and I know it. There's money to be made for these damn attorneys. Yes, it's a class action lawsuit, I think, just me. All right, so Chad had also had a near-death experience in which he gained spiritual insight, as had Lori, and he claimed to be able to see beyond the veil. There was an immediate connection between Chad and Lori. After they met, Chad and Lori continued to contact each other. And does he even put in there that they were meeting in hotels? She was picking him up at the airport, and they were going on these little stupid-ass trips. We're going to these special sites here and there. Somehow they're going to gain insight, huh? Now, here we go, y'all. This was a difficult time in Lori's own marriage, which had started to deteriorate. But he doesn't bring out that it was because of her that it was deteriorating. Charles Vallow was a real man, a real husband who wanted his marriage to work. He did everything. He bent over backwards for this hooker. He loved her. He absolutely loved her. She's the reason it deteriorated. By early 2019, Charles and Lori had separated. Lori and Charles tried a brief reconciliation in Houston before Lori moved back to Arizona with Tylee and JJ. And again, y'all, this attorney doesn't give details. He's given the sanitized general version of it. The bottom line is she got back with him in Texas because she knew, hey, if I got to do this plan, of us killing him for his $1 million policy, I've got to be able to be with him briefly, just long enough for me and Alex to ambush his ass. And by the way, this attorney doesn't say anything about Charles renting this place in Arizona for her. So, I mean, there's just details here that's left out. And obviously the details are left out because if he really got in there and did the right thing, this appellate attorney, which I know, y'all, he's supposed to help her try to get an appeal. He's supposed to do his level best. But if he told the truth, nobody and their mama would give this woman an appeal. Chad taught the circle of friends, y'all. It was just a circle of friends that he could see light and dark in people, and he had developed a rating scale of lightness and darkness. Don't y'all find that interesting that this is just a circle of friends? It's a circle of freaking damn idiot, freaking damn weak-minded people. After that, as Melanie and Zulema would testify at trial, Lori began to tell them that Charles was possessed by a dark spirit or demon. They engaged in castings with her, or something akin to a prayer circle. Oh yeah, prayer circle, all right. It's okay to meet for this prayer circle where Lori gets to talk about putting medicines in Charles's drink and Alex saying, I wish Charles was dead. All that's so fuzzy and holy and warm and wonderful. On July 11th of 2019, Charles came to Arizona to spend time with JJ. He arrived at his estranged wife's home at little after 7:30 a.m. to take JJ to school. Charles got JJ into the car when he realized that he had left his phone inside. Tylee was sleeping in her bedroom, and Alex Cox, Lori's brother, was sleeping in another bedroom. Charles came back inside to get his phone, but Lori had it. Charles got extremely upset that she had his phone. They argued, and listen to this, y'all. This is his wording in a legal document. And Charles started